How's it going, everyone? This is K Collections, and it's been a while since I last made a Fate figure recommendation list. If your wallet isn't crying yet from the gacha and you like collecting anime figures, then here's my top 10 Fate figures to buy in 2019. This is an updated list from my previous one. Some figures like Jalter from Alter or Lancer Artoria from Good Smile won't be on this list. Doesn't mean I don't recommend them anymore, but it would be pointless to talk about the same figures. Keep in mind these images I use are promotional images, so actual product may or may not look the same. Also, there's no specific order to this. If anything, it's my least wanted going towards my most wanted. First figure I recommend is the Figma Saber 2.0 action figure. Some people prefer statues while others like posable figures. This has been released a long time ago and will be re-released during October. Even if it's old, it's still a solid figure. Now, if you don't know about Figmas, they're known for creating small figures from various entertainment shows, great for its posability and accessories. The issue with action figures are the joints looking bad, but it's necessary for articulation. This Figma hides them pretty well thanks to the armor and dress, except when you have dynamic poses like this. Even so, it's still not bad. The paintwork is decent, not on the same level as scale figures of course, but still good enough. I used to own this, so I would know. This comes with an alternate face, interchangeable hands, both her swords Caliburn and Excalibur, so I would recommend this especially when it's going for around $55. Now, the price does not include shipping costs, but the great thing about Figmas is that unlike scale figures, they usually don't skyrocket in price right away because there's a lot of inventory. I would recommend not buying this from overseas because it'll cost you like $20 to $30 extra for shipping. Instead, buy this on eBay or Amazon. Just be patient, you will find sellers who won't overcharge on shipping. Just be careful of bootlegs, anything from China is usually a knockoff. The next figure I recommend is Castor Gill Nendoroid Ascend version, since there will be two variations. Now, if you're not into the whole chibi thing, this isn't for you. It is pricey for a small figure, but like Figmas, you get a lot of accessories and decent posability. Again, in terms of quality, it won't be on the same level as scale figures. The gold isn't metallic, there's barely any sculpted hairlines, but the reason why people like it is for the cute design. Reason why I recommend this is that this would be one of the best Nendoroid figures in the market. Here is the back. Again, it's very simple. Like the Figmas, don't buy this from overseas right away. In the aftermarket, sellers or stores on eBay or Amazon will have this available. Finally, this is the main reason why I recommend this. A mini Gates of Babylon with staffs poking out looks awesome on your desk or shelf. Continuing the Gilgamesh love, this is a 1/8 scale statue at around 9 inches. Price point is around $140 without shipping, so you're looking at $160 to $170 with shipping. First and foremost, beautiful sculpt work aside from the face looks a bit weird to me. You can see some shading on the axe, the book or tome seems like it's sculpted with details. The headpiece looks fantastic since it has sculpted folds making it look natural. I do wish they added more shading on it, especially towards the top. The back piece looks amazing with individually sculpted feathers, nice white coloring towards the end. Here's the face. Again, maybe it's just me, but it looks a bit off. Now the gold coloring isn't metallic, and I prefer that since matte gold looks better on him. Otherwise, he'll be sparkling gold and that would look a bit weird. Next figure is Summer Friend by Max Factory. Max Factory has decent quality on statues, not on the same level as Alter, but good. This is a 1/7 scale figure for around $135, which is normal price range. I really like the wrinkles and folds on her clothing and sleeves. My main concern is that her blade isn't metallic or chrome. There is some shading on it, but I prefer something bright to match the figure. Her clothing is bright, so a metallic or shiny blade will look great. Just letting you know, I'm talking about the outer blade, not the black portion of the weapon. That part is okay. Again, these are just promo images, so it may be metallic painting. I don't know. Biggest issue is her face. If they aren't careful, the painting on her mouth can be faded. Overall, not the best figure in terms of quality, but there's a lot of good things too. Her awesome weapon, detailed clothing, I like the metallic gold paint on her horn, and it's Fran, one of the most adorable servants ever. Saber Lily deserves more love. This is a 1/7 scale figure by Aquamarine, and they make great figures. I have several figures from them, and it's all good with some issues. Now, some collectors are trash talking about their Okita Alter figure, but it hasn't been released yet, so maybe they can fix the problems. Best thing you'll notice about this would be the flower base. It's absolutely beautiful with sculpted folds giving you a natural feel to it. Yellow coloring in the center spreading out a bit matches the colors on the character. I love the sculpted hairlines on the back. A lot of companies ignore this sometimes just because people display them facing forward. Her sword does seem to be metallic silver and maybe even chrome. It's hard to tell since there's no shine on images. The main issue with Aquamarine figures or anime statues in general is that you can actually tell with this image is that you will see a very noticeable seam line on her head. Like I said, it's a common problem with anime statues, so it's not strictly against Aquamarine. Some companies can hide them well, some can't. On a character like Saber, it's tough. Here's a close-up for 135, maybe pushing 155 with shipping. It's worth it. Everyone's favorite Oni will have two figures coming out this year, one from Max Factory, the other from Quest. I prefer this one since it has her sword. It's freaking expensive, but look at all the details on this figure. Her sleeves have so much sculpted folds and lines, her sword appears to be metallic silver, and we can't forget about that sculpted ass. Don't lie, that's the first thing you notice. A closer look at her weapon, the blue will be translucent, while the gold will have a metallic shine to it. The pot that's hanging is very detailed. Be very careful because the red string is plastic so it can break off easily. The details on the leg armor is fucking gorgeous, like holy shit, it's one of the best I've seen on figures. Same thing can be said about the lantern. The kanji will be a decal so no need to worry about paint issues, but my god, the mixture of warm colors is beautiful. Here's a close-up, but damn, you're looking at $250 with shipping. A more affordable yet high quality figure is the Dangerous Beast Mash. Good Smile makes great figures and for around $140, damn, take my money. First thing you'll notice is the fur-like base. The pink matches her hair, which is also beautifully sculpted with individual hairlines. The hair is somewhat translucent since you can see her eye past the hair. You can also see the shadings on her tail and ears. Now the sculpt work for big bushy tails like this is hard. You can clearly see it's a huge piece of plastic with lines sculpted into it in an attempt to try and make it look like fur. It may look great in real life, I don't know, this picture makes it look a bit awkward. Now this is a figure I'm sure many of you will go crazy for. Best Broku will finally get a statue. First, I love the base. Second, I really like the dynamic pose. Third, the sculpt work on his spiky hair is phenomenal. There's also good shading on the body. His hair also has darker tones of coloring as well. The spear may or may not be metallic red, but there's definitely a shine to it. Now this is a relatively small figure, but just remember he's not standing up, so he may fit perfectly with your other 1/8 scale figures. Specifically if you have the Archer by Good Smile, they would look great side by side. My biggest complaint would be the spear looking a bit too short or thin, maybe it's just me. Finally, that has to be one of the best face sculpt I've seen. Some complained about him looking too young, and I guess I can see that. If you thought Ku looked great, well this. God damn it! I went broke for Ozzy once, looks like I'm going broke for him again. This is probably the only Ozzy figure that will be released for a while. If anything, I'm happy with this pose. Ozzy has always been sitting on his throne chair, and the sculpt work for that chair looks amazing. You can see detailed bumps all over, making it look realistic in a way. Of course, check out those abs. And it's not Ozzy if he isn't smirking a bit. The gold pieces looks like metallic paint, while the blue gems may be translucent, but it has a shine to it, so I don't know if it's just the lighting or if it isn't translucent blue. I do wish the cape had more shading to it, and here is a nice looking photo of our great pharaoh. The final figure and my most wanted statue for this year is Proto Arthur by Alter, so you know you're getting an amazing figure. Just look at that! The chessboard base looks great, the shading on the blue is fantastic, the armor isn't metallic silver, but that's alright. Because of the darker tone of blue, it wouldn't look good if parts of him were shiny, while others are dark. There would be inconsistencies. Here's the back. Love how the cape flows as if being blown by the wind. You can see a lighter tone of coloring towards the top of his hair. Now, this is a great example of hiding the hair seam line. I mean, you can clearly see it, but it's being covered by portions of the hair. It's tough. Essentially, you're gluing two pieces of plastics together. If the height of the hair covering the seam line is too high, then it's a ridiculous floating hair piece, which looks stupid. If it's too low, then the two pieces won't fit. So props to Alter for covering the seam line as much as possible. Here is Excalibur. It is a metallic gold painting, so that looks great. Now, what's amazing is that you can take off the cape and have him at his second Ascension form. This is the back. They will also give you a second sword, Excalibur, before his Noble Phantasm attack. Overall, this is a must-buy, especially when I couldn't summon him in FGO. Special thanks to all my patrons for supporting me. If you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon. If you're a figure collector, which Fate figures will you buy this year? If you're not a collector but want to get into this hobby, I made a video giving you my top 5 budget figures to get. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more FGO content. Follow my Twitter, Instagram, and join my Discord server. All links are in the description. Have an awesome day. Till next time.